Hello, welcome to Three Crows Runes. My name is Jen. Let's do some rune readings. Today it is the 30th day of the month of October, the month of 8, which is the 10th month, and the moon is waxing gibbous. We are actually just past the first quarter. So, and tomorrow is Halloween, or the version of Samhain that we are using to reclaim that day. Although apparently Samhain this year is officially on the 7th, which is the exact middle point between, get this arranged, between Mabon and Yule, if I'm not mistaken. So, let's get started. We are going to be, where is my opening on this? Oh, there we are. I'm using the black tourmaline runes today because I felt like those. Let's see what message wants to be coming through today. We have the black tourmaline has the Elder Futhark on it. Let's see what message wants to come through today. It's a rainy day where I am today. Ooh, that's interesting. You know, that was our, we all remember that was the rune that was the central issue yesterday as well. So it looks like we're still going through it. I'm just going to lay out all of the runes for the message. And again, this is a message for whenever you find this video, and a message for whoever this message is for. So if you are listening to this message and it's not resonating, just leave it for whoever it's for, even if that's you in the future. Or you could just watch it and go, oh, that's very interesting. It doesn't apply to me, but it's very interesting and I hope it helps whoever it's for. So, central issue today, we have Ayvaz again, which is the rune of the yew tree. This is patience, slow growth, slow development, taking things step by step. But there's a lot of different runes around it, so let's see what context they give to Ayvaz today. Leading up to this, we have Ansuz, which is the rune of communication and manifestation and expression. So we are coming from a situation where you have either been communicating and manifesting and expressing, or you were thinking about that, or you were considering that, or you were having a conversation, or you were working on manifesting something. So this burst of expression, and now you're on the long haul, which is the, you know, you're taking it step by step, you're patiently working, you are moving between worlds, and you're integrating those things. So let's get some more context by reading the rest of the runes in the spread. So what is going to help you in this moment? We have Tivaz, which is Tears rune, and we have Raido reversed, which is the rune of the journey, and it's reversed on the upper line, which generally means either wrapping up a chapter or turning the journey inward. I'm bringing this out because I need some clarity. Yeah, so it's something that, it's a new thing that you've begun. It's something new. I'm just going to leave that. I'm not going to leave this on the central, although it's kind of between those two. So we have Berkana, which is the rune of the birch tree. This is beginnings and birth. So there's something new that you've begun and that you are now in the process of doing step by step and patiently doing that. And it is involving moving between quote unquote worlds. You know, this is maybe not like this, you know, you may not be moving between actual worlds, although if this is all internal journey work, then maybe you are. However, you're basically, you're integrating the two different things that are happening. But this is something that you have begun recently. The birch tree has to do with beginnings and birth. So what is going to help you? First of all, we have Tivaz, which is Tears rune. Tyr is the warrior god, and he has to do with not only driving forward on this, so keep that momentum going and keep that excitement and interest going in the quest that you're currently on. But also he has to do with taking care of duties and responsibilities and taking care of what needs to be taken care of. So look around you, take care of the basic things that are happening around you that you need to do that with, because that's going to be the foundation that's going to allow you to just relax into what you're doing step by step, because otherwise then those things will be sort of poking at you mentally where you'll be like, the dishes are not done and I need to do them, but it's bothering me because I need to be focusing on this. So if you proactively go and take care of the things that need to be done around you, then that will allow you to keep your focus on what you need to focus on. So just do them like you would be taking care of just the things, like do it almost offhandedly as far as like, okay, just in order to keep things I mean, do them as a meditation if you want to. Like, goodness knows, we need to bring meaning to everything so that it is meaningful for us. So however you can get yourself to do it, take care of those things. It'll make you feel better. It'll make your surroundings feel better. And it'll allow you to focus on what you need to focus on, which is the careful process that you're currently on. What will help with that is put closure to what came before this, because you were obviously working on lots of things and you were working on things that you don't have to be working on right now because your focus is on this process. So definitely look at those things, and if you need to wrap up those chapters, if you need to put closure to those, that will help you not only with what you're working on, but also with getting on with the things that you need to get on with as far as duties and responsibilities and taking care of what needs to be taken care of around you. Because then you won't have that you feel like you're dragging along with you. What is not going to help? We have Laguz reversed, and we have Thurizaz, which is the rune of the challenge. So Laguz is the rune of the water. This is emotion, intuition, heart, and flow. First of all, I'm going to read this as you may feel that this slow pace that you are taking as you take these careful steps forward is not a flow. It's not moving forward. You may feel like it's as good as having stopped. It's not. You are moving forward, and you're moving forward very carefully. So don't worry about that. You may feel as though, onlookers will go, that person's not moving, but this person is moving. They are moving very actively, not only outwardly, but inwardly. So that may be a worry. This is basically, there's that. But then there's also Laguz reverse Laguz is emotion, intuition, heart, and flow. And there may also be a sense of, as a result of that worry, surging emotions, or sometimes even not feeling anything. And this is all leading from, you're expressing this thing, and there was a great passion when you started, and it's a new beginning and a birth, to a certain extent, like for what you're working on. But you may feel like sometimes you've lost the passion, and you may also sometimes feel like you're so frustrated that it's not moving quickly the way that you want it to, that you get these surges of emotions. Again, what will take care of those things? Oh, I may as well go down here. What's behind that is that you're worried about getting to the finish line on this or completing the challenge. So we have behind all of that fear is Thurizaz, which is the rune of the thorn, the giant, the gateway. It is the challenge rune, and it's the threshold that is waiting. And so you really feel this pressure to do this, even though you know that this process has to be careful, and we have to be patient with it and ourselves in it. And so, there's that, we see the door ahead of us and we know that this is where we want to go, but it's we can't get there yet. It's several steps to go to get there. So that's why the emotions sometimes surge, and then why it worries us when we seem to be just sort of falling into the task part of it, where we're not actually attached to it emotionally anymore, even though this is our passion. So as always, the way I read is this is our path through the issue. This is what helps and this is what doesn't. This is always the antidote to this. So if you feel like that, if you feel like, either you're surging emotions because you're desperate to be moving forward and getting to this door, getting to this threshold, or you're feeling like you've lost the passion because it's become a thinking kind of thing where you're actually, or just even just the tasks that you're doing kind of thing, then that can make you panic about it because I was supposed to arrive at this door shining and blazing. If that starts to drag you down, bring yourself back up to this. This is what's going to solve that for you every time. So if you feel like that, then this says to me that there's been a distraction as far as your focus on the thing in both cases. So, because when you focus in on it, you are racing forward and you're doing all kinds of calculations and things and making sure of things, and every single one of those things is a necessary step, even though those steps, a lot of them don't seem to be moving you closer, but it's like filling in, it's like you have to fill in the coloring sheet. And as long as that's not filled in, you can't take the next step. So part of the step is filling in the coloring sheet, for example. This is bizarre, but that's what jumped to mind. So if these things are bothering you, just part of the process is taking care of the duties and responsibilities and things that need to be taken care of around you. And as long as those aren't done, the step can't be taken the way that you need it to. So include tending to duties and responsibilities as part of the steps that you're taking. And there's a lot involved with each step. You can't push this river. So you have to do that. And a big part of that is putting closure to the things that you felt like you had to drag with you. And that's part of it. And, honestly, these are things that you are also putting closure to. So every time you do the dishes, you've put closure to that for now. And every time you pick up bundle the garbage, that's putting closure to that for now. So as long as you keep doing that, that's each of those things is part of each step that you take forwards on your path. And what this is ultimately leading you to is we have Othala, which is the rune of the home and the homeland. Ultimately, this is where you were going with all of this, was a greater sense of comfort, a greater sense of security, a greater sense of solace and sanctuary. So you are you're moving towards this step by step. And you will get there very quickly after this moment. Like, this is the moment where it's just all in your lap and you've got to take care. You've got your list of steps you need to take, and included in that are all the things that you need to take care of around you while you take these steps. And so it feels like a lot right now, but you are moving forward constantly. And literally the next thing that happens after you have taken all these steps, obviously, is that you will arrive at this state of home and at this state of comfort, solace, sanctuary, and protection, basically. I want to actually put in another rune here, which is the next thing that you're going to see just before you arrive home. And that one's like this. So it's going to be there's going to be a point where you're going to suddenly feel like two things. First of all, you will see the end of the path, like you'll see home at the end of the path. And so that will actually quicken you a little bit. But at the same time, even more, and your way will basically clear. So it'll feel like there will be less to do because you're going to be able to see your finish line, and you're going to be able to, you'll be more comfortable with this process by that point. So you'll be able to, basically it'll feel like it's going faster, even if it isn't. Because you'll be more comfortable with the process, and then you'll basically find yourself there. But there will be a point where you'll be able to see it. You'll be able to see your finish line. And then at that point, it's not like you can push that river still, but you still can't push the river. But everything will feel like your way is clearing before you, simply because you can see where you're going. You'll be able to see your outcome. You'll be able to see your destination. Right now, you can't. But it's not going to be long. This was the next step before I stuck this in here. So it is basically the process. You will be able to see the end of the path very, very shortly, and it's within this line. But I just added a rune. So that is the message that wanted to come through today. I wish you all the best with this, and I wish you a lovely day or evening. Take care till next time. Bye.